Coming up on Naperville News 17, the Fifth Avenue project sees a setback as the initial concept is rejected. Illinois lawmakers take action on the vaping front, and a plump pet finds their forever home. Hello everyone, I'm Kim Pierce. Thanks for joining us for this week's Naperville News. Almost 2 years to the day from the start of Naperville's partnership with Ryan Companies, City Council voted down the developer's baseline concept proposal. Naperville News 17's Casey Krajewski has more.
Naperville City Council voted 6-3 against developer Ryan Companies' proposed baseline concept for the Fifth Avenue redevelopment project. The concept came into council chambers with positive recommendations from both the Fifth Avenue Steering Committee and city staff.
The one thing everyone on the steering committee agreed upon is the fact that the baseline is not perfect, but it is an acceptable starting point for more detailed study.
But among the 40 public commenters were several of those steering committee members who stated they've changed their minds and no longer endorse this concept.
But after study and discussion with neighbors, I realized the baseline concept doesn't just need some tweaks. It needs a major revision, and I ask you to vote no moving forward tonight.
Though some on the dais felt the concept incorporated council's direction throughout the process, others had major concerns with the density and size of the project.
By saying yes, in my opinion, we're either implicitly or explicitly saying to Ryan and to our residents that a concept at this general size, general density, general height is something that the council finds acceptable. And I don't think that that is the case.
Had council approved this design as the baseline concept, the next step would be to study how it would affect traffic, parking, and other factors. But now, the future of the project is unclear. Councilwoman Sullivan suggested taking a break on the entire project, but several council members were interested in a workshop with Ryan to give them more direction. That workshop wasn't scheduled, but could be at a future time. Reporting for Naperville News 17, I'm Casey Krajewski.
No additional action was directed by City Council. Also at the meeting, a beloved coffee vendor's worries were put to rest when he was told he can stay put. Harry Banger has been serving coffee and snacks from a food truck at Fifth Avenue Station for 41 years.
How about your usual?
But when the city made a change in an attempt to clean up its mobile vendor ordinance, Harry was worried for his future at the station.
Inadvertently, the approval of that ordinance put Harry's Cafe out of compliance.
City Council unanimously approved another amendment to the ordinance, adding in language to allow vending at a commuter train station before 10 a.m. Harry spoke at the meeting to thank Council and the 2,300 people who signed petitions in support of his business.
I personally appreciate the time and effort it's taken for all you guys to come together and help me get taken this care of. It's been a long time since I've been down there and have a few more years until retirement. I was hoping to at least make until then. So,
the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce has announced their new leader. Naperville News 17's Christine Lena introduces us.
Naperville native Kaylin Risvold will be taking on the role of president and CEO of the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce.
I want us to be the standard for how chambers move to the future, and I want us to future-proof the chamber. I want to involve more youth, I want to involve more of the community and really work to connect with people.
Risvold is a graduate of Naperville Central High School and got her master's at North Central College. She was most recently the director of media strategy for the Alzheimer's Association Illinois chapter.
She's somebody who just immediately stood out to us through her passion, her communications background, her nonprofit background, and really her integrity.
Risvold has big shoes to fill as current president and CEO Nikki Anderson steps down from the position, which she's had for over 5 years. Risvold's first day on the job is October 24th. Reporting for Naperville News 17, I'm Christine Lena.
And you can catch Kaylin Risvold on NCTV 17's own game show, Game On November 7th. A new hotel is coming to Northwest Naperville. True by Hilton is a 4-story, 121-room hotel planned for Deal Road just west of Route 59. Naperville City Council approved the plans for the hotel, despite one resident's concerns about increased traffic and utility outages in the area. City staff clarified that hotels don't actually add much traffic due to guests coming and going outside of normal rush hours. Construction is slated to begin in the spring. True by Hilton will be the 20th hotel in Naperville. And another new addition to town could be a jazz club.
It's like theater-style seating, and for $5 you get a bowl of chili, and if you want beer or wine, you can purchase that as well. And so that's kind of what my idea is.
Pete Ellman of Ellman's Music Center recently presented his jazz club idea to the Liquor Commission, asking for a license that would allow for serving drinks during musical performances. He has yet to obtain a location for the club, but has the former School of Performing Arts on Washington Street in mind. The commission approved Ellman's request, granting him the Class R Theater House liquor license. However, instead of cutting off drink service at intermission, the commission voted to give Ellman a modification that would allow drinks to be served during performances, with service stopping a half hour before they end. The proposal now goes to City Council for final approval. In other news from the meeting, it will now be cheaper for lifestyle amenities facilities, such as beauty salons, to serve a glass of alcohol under the Class M license. After the break, a new look for River Square has been denied.
You work hard, and you want to see your efforts pay off, literally. Whether you're dreaming of retirement, growing your business, or leaving a legacy for future generations, at Busey, we help you realize the possibilities of tomorrow. We listen to your needs and goals to create a sound strategy for you and your family. Enjoy the achievements of your life and work. We'll handle the rest. Busey, your dream, our promise.
As of October 3rd, this year there have been 18 deaths nationwide related to e-cigarette use. The epidemic has propelled Illinois lawmakers into action. Naperville News 17's Christian Canizal has more.
A vaping wave has swept through the United States, leaving in its path over 1,000 lung injury cases and 18 people dead, including one in Illinois. And that's according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Middle schoolers' use of e-cigarettes increased 48% from 2017 to 2018. And one Illinois lawmaker believes it's partially due to how vaping products are advertised.
These young people who would never ever light up a cigarette, ever, but think that these vapes and e-cigs are harmless. They're just fruity flavored and fun and make them feel good, and so why not? And then all of a sudden, before they know it, they're hooked.
Underwood has taken action by co-sponsoring the Smoke-Free Schools Act, which will prohibit vape pens and other e-cigarette products at education and child care facilities. State Representative Grant Worley has filed the bill addressing the vaping epidemic.
Mine addresses the flavored component of traditional vaping as well as the THC component, which is unregulated, proving to be fatal. We hear more and more every day from the Centers of Disease Control of deaths related to vaping THC from around the country.
THC is a psychoactive component of marijuana. The CDC reports among 578 patients with vaping-related illnesses, 78% reported using THC-containing products. Worley's bill will provide exception for mint, wintergreen, and menthol flavors. His bill is currently in the Rules Committee, and the Smoke-Free Schools Act has been introduced into Congress. For Naperville News 17, I'm Christian Canizal.
The CDC recommends refraining from using vaping products, particularly those containing THC and those bought off the streets. A unanimous vote is keeping River Square from getting an updated look. Naperville News 17's Christine Lena tells us more about the decision.
River Square won't be getting a facelift anytime soon. At the most recent Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, the group denied the petitioner Mid-America Asset Management's request to paint the 59,000 square foot retail and office building at the corner of Chicago Avenue and Washington Street. Last year, Clarion Partners purchased the building and partnered with Mid-America Asset to revitalize River Square's look. Currently, Clarion has 4 vacancies there and wants to draw in new tenants.
Despite marketing efforts to local, regional, and national tenants, we have not been able to secure one new lease under Clarion's ownership. We've had numerous tenant tours, and the dated appearance of the property has been commonly cited as the theme for declining the site.
The plan to paint the red brick exterior to a light gray, remove awnings, and update signage and lighting would cost over $700,000. The Commission's major concern with the project is that it goes against the 2011 downtown design standards, which state that paint should not be applied to a masonry surface that was not previously painted.
And I imagine that if your architect were directed to come back with a plan that was more consistent with the city's downtown design standards, you would have the success that you're looking for.
They also had issues with maintenance of the paint and the inconsistency the plans have with the rest of downtown.
As much as I want to see a contemporized look there, I just don't think that this is the right solution versus resurfacing. I understand that there's an economic cost to that, but in terms of consistency with the aesthetic, so therefore I won't be supporting this.
The group made a unanimous vote against the proposal. Reporting for Naperville News 17, I'm Christine Lena.
The commission also approved the rezoning of a plot of land on 77th Street. 10 single-family homes could now be built at the northeast corner of Worley Road and 77th Street. Petitioner Oak Creek Capital Partners sought the annexation of the vacant 3.4-acre lot so it can be rezoned R1 low-density residential and subdivided into 10 lots in order to construct single-family homes. The commission unanimously approved the request as the land was designated to be low-density residential in the city's comprehensive master plan. This now goes to City Council for final approval. North Central College is launching a rebranding initiative to focus on what they think the college does best. The rebrand is centered on the idea of exceed your personal best, and accompanying that platform is a new logo for the first time in over 20 years.
I think there was a realization that North Central has a really great story to tell, but we weren't sure that people outside of the college and institution were hearing that story.
Muck also teaches political science at the college, which gives him a close-up view of how the institution helps students grow one by one.
We get students who come in who maybe don't have a lot of confidence when they come in, but they come to North Central, and what we do is we pull them up. We instill them with confidence. I think the faculty and the staff inspire them, give them a sense of direction, where they're going, allow them to do bigger things than they thought they could do, exceed their personal best.
The college will roll out the rebrand over the next few years, but you can already see the new look on campus. North Central reached out to thousands of students, alumni, faculty, and others to provide input for the new brand. PDC commissioners went on a Riverwalk stroll to see what improvements can be made along one of Naperville's top attractions. Our own Christian Canizal joined them.
It was a change of scenery for the latest Riverwalk planning, design, and construction meeting, as commissioners went on a stroll to discuss potential development guidelines on the Naperville Riverwalk. The PDC discussed those guidelines at an earlier meeting this year, but wanted to see in person what those concepts might look like.
It's fun to kind of share and collaboratively, what the opportunities are. So, and that's the intent behind this master plan document, is to get that recorded, get it on a plan, and then get the foundation excited about it, get the public and the city excited about it so we can move forward with it one chunk at a time.
Commissioners started the early morning walk by traveling to the south extension of the Riverwalk before looping around to the Grand Pavilion. Along the way, smaller sized projects were discussed, like leveling out parts of walkways.
I mean, that's probably a good foot down from that.
And clearing out invasive species to make more room for sightseeing. Some of the guideline projects were updated, like the extension from Hillside Road to Martin Avenue. The new update would add a bridge and move the north side walkways closer to the river. The concept would also include a walkway underneath the Hillside Bridge so pedestrians don't have to worry about crossing through traffic. All the projects that were discussed can be subject to change, but commissioners are working towards a master plan and hope to have one in the near future. For Naperville News 17, I'm Christian Canizal.
Designs shown at the walk were based off of community feedback. Coming up, a safety checklist to help prevent home break-ins.
Welcome back to the game show, Who Is It? Today our contestant Sally is in the process of figuring out which one of our panelists is the real Crime Stopper. Sally, you have one more question for each panelist, then you will need to decide.
Number 1, when I call Crime Stoppers with the tip, do I need to leave my name?
Absolutely not. You remain anonymous.
Number 2, if my tip leads to an arrest, what's in it for me?
A cash reward for up to $1,000 for one thing.
And number 3, what is the Crime Stoppers tip line?
630-420-6006.
So who is it? Oh, sorry, time's up. Sally, we need your decision. Who's the real Crime Stopper?
They all are.
You're right, but how did you know?
'Cause I'm a Crime Stopper too.
This month's A Safer Neighbor ties into National Crime Prevention Month. The Naperville Police Department is encouraging residents to take part in a nationally known public safety campaign to help prevent burglaries and thefts from their home, cars, or personal property.
October is National Crime Prevention Month, so it's a great opportunity to inform our residents about this national campaign. We're encouraging our residents to have a 9 p.m. routine, meaning lock their doors, check their exterior lighting, and make sure that they don't leave any valuables in their vehicles or their vehicles unlocked, whether it's inside or outside of their house.
The NPD advises locking all your home doors, including the service door from your garage to the house. If you carry any valuables in your car, try to place them in the trunk before reaching your destination. And don't leave keys or the garage door opener in your vehicle. These tips are timely, with 11 home break-ins reported on the north side of Naperville since June 20th.
We have seen a recent uptick of residential burglaries, but really as a whole, Naperville still is a very safe community, and it's really nothing too out of the ordinary comparing into previous year's statistics.
The NPD believes these are crimes of opportunity, which can be avoided. In all of the recent break-ins, the burglar gained access through either an open garage door or an open or unlocked patio door. The League of Women Voters Naperville recently held a special presentation about the Electoral College. The public was invited to the event at the Municipal Center, where they heard from Speaker Joyce Williams, a League of Women Voters Issues specialist. She discussed how the Founding Fathers created the Electoral College, debunked myths about it, and emphasized the impact of voter turnout. The presentation went hand in hand with the League's stance to abolish the Electoral College.
We believe that it should be one person, one vote. With the Electoral College now, it's not. It's happened 5 times in the past, in our country's history, that the person that got the popular vote did not win the Electoral College. And it just seems that disenfranchises everybody.
The League has supported this stance since 1970 in favor of a direct national vote for president and vice president. 40 years ago, Dr. Michael Litto started the Education Center, and in the time since has helped more than 1,000 students find success.
My vision and dream was to open up a center where kids could get extra attention, both academically, socially, family, and to help them be more successful.
Litto's strategy was simple but effective. Pay more attention to kids, teach them life skills and how to make good decisions, and they'll succeed. His office is littered with cards and pictures of former students who were impacted by his help.
Throughout these 40 years, I've been able to maintain relationships and in turn friendships with just about every student that I've worked with.
The organization's annual Kids Best Friend event will celebrate the Ruby anniversary by honoring Michael Vickery and Nikki Anderson for their service to children and families. Tickets for the October 12th event are available at theeducationcenter.org. A toy store in South Naperville is raising money for charity in honor of their late owner. Throughout the month of October, Learning Express Toys is asking community members to donate toward Ronald McDonald House charities in honor of Steve Zdunick, who passed away in April from lung cancer.
He'd be so proud that we were
partnering with them and that we're supporting a local charity and one that is all about kids and families.
It was a cause close to Steve's heart as he worked at McDonald's for over 30 years. Since Dunnick's passing, his family has raised over $1,000 and hopes to raise $1,000 more in October. Support for the cause is already strong, with a growing list of donation signatures hanging in front of the store. On the last weekend of October, Learning Express Toys will host several activities and celebrate what would have been Steve's 71st birthday. Your mailbox could be getting an upgrade if you want drones to start dropping off your items. Naperville News 17's Aisha Ashley Hausa delivers the details.
Owning a drone delivery mailbox might seem like it would be a future invention, but thanks to drone delivery solutions company Valkyrie, it's not too far-fetched. The smart drone delivery mailbox is a new invention created by the company's co-founder, Ryan Walsh.
Back in 2013, we're really seeing how drones were starting to become a little more developed in some of the technology, and people were starting to use them for different delivery use cases. So we began looking at some of the overlooked areas and specifically the infrastructure.
The drone mailbox is designed to be compatible with all types of drones. The technology built into the mailbox helps guide it to the correct address and onto the landing pad.
And when it gets to approximately 100 feet away from the mailbox, it's going to start pinging the mailbox and determining if it's in the correct location. The doors begin to open and the box brings up the elevator. The drone will land on it using precision landing feature, and then the package is dropped into the receptacle.
It's all about keeping customers in mind. With the mailbox, it's less likely that packages will be stolen since they're not left on the front porch. And businesses such as restaurants and auto parts stores can use it for quicker deliveries.
But having a quicker way to bring high volume, small payload deliveries quickly to people, whether it's medicine, whether it's highly sensitive items, whether it's just you need this in an hour and a truck can't get there in time. So those are more the situations where we see this really changing people's lives initially.
Although still in the testing stage, Valkyrie has already received positive feedback. Reporting for Naperville News 17, I'm Aisha Ashley Hausa.
Valkyrie hopes to have a consumer model of the drone mailbox ready by 2020. Up next, the Park District says put down the devices and embrace the great outdoors.
Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer.
Business Connection is really good PR for us to get our names out there because we're new.
1 year later, my business has increased tremendously this year, so I really appreciate that I had the opportunity to interview on Business Connection.
So tell me a little bit about your law firm.
I talked to some friends. They said it was great for their business, and so I did it, and it was great. I've seen a lot of calls, emails, gotten a lot of traction on Facebook.
I actually have one client. The reason he agreed to meet with me was because he watched the video on the website. That right there made it worth doing, and so I recommend it to people all the time that if they don't have a video, they need to do a video, and they need to do it with the NCTV 17.
Automatically, without any direction, they play.
When was the last time you enjoyed the outdoors just for the sake of enjoying it? In today's world of constant notifications, digital devices, places to be, people to meet, the Naperville Park District is making sure the youngest among us get out and enjoy nature.
The idea behind it was basically, let's get kids outdoors. Playing outdoors, children learn so much. They're observing everything around them, and they're touching and they're smelling, they're using their senses, and that's how they learn.
Barb Verkota is the leader of Nature Playtime, a class that meets every Thursday morning at Knocknolls Park. Her goal? Bring new experiences to the children ranging in age from 6 months to 5 years old.
Sometimes you have a kid that might be a little standoffish, and they have to check things out first before they dive in. But for the most part, it's something that's not available to them at home.
Kate Havlick has her own son, Rowan, enrolled in the class. finding it through the Park District's catalog.
I looked through for things that are his age, and I found this one. Actually, this is the first time I've ever been to this nature center, so it was really a pleasant surprise.
And while this particular day may be sunny, the class meets regardless of the weather, so long as it's safe.
I really liked it, and it actually says that you're outside rain or shine, and I like that, that he'll be able to be in the nature, not just our backyard, and I also, it gets me out as well.
They already love water, as you could see, and they get them out there splashing in puddles, walking in the rain, catching raindrops in buckets. It's all fun.
Surrounded by woods, covered in dirt, crafting in nature, the kids really do seem to enjoy the new experiences in the new setting.
You want to get them early. You want them to find this love and appreciation for nature early on, because these are the kids that we want to take care of this earth of ours.
I'm Kevin Jackman.
And if you have an idea for a sports story feature, you can let us know at newstips@nctv17.com. DuPage County Animal Services were in for a surprise when a meowster of a cat stopped in at the shelter. Our own Christian Kenizal tells us his tale.
At around 28 pounds, there's nothing small about this cat. Formerly known as Oliver, the folks at DuPage County Animal Services have given him a more appropriate name, Big Lebowski.
All of our cats are special. He's extra special in that he's one of our larger ones, so it's probably a good thing we don't adopt out per pound, otherwise he'd be quite expensive.
Big Lebowski, who also answers to the dude, does not have diabetes or other medical issues, but does need to stray a little bit away from treats and lose around 10 pounds to get a little bit healthier. The fluffy guy is already making progress on his goal. He's lost a pound since he first arrived in late September, thanks to a special diet.
It's called Catkins. It's just like Atkins diet, high protein, low carbohydrate diet, and that works really well for kitties to get them to lose weight. But you want to make sure that you do it gradually. You don't want to do it too fast because that's not healthy for them to lose weight too quickly.
The 3-year-old domestic short-haired cat was given up by his former owners because they were moving. After just a few minutes with Big Lebowski, it's hard to imagine his next family giving him up.
Oh, he's a big love. As you could see, he's a good cuddler, probably keep you warm during winter and make a good body pillow. So you probably could lower your furnace and just kind of snuggle with him.
For Naperville News 17, I'm Christian Kenizal.
And good news for Big Lebowski, as he was adopted by his forever family. And that's what's happening right here in your neighborhood, Naperville. We'll see you next week. Until then, you can catch up on local news by signing up for our NCTV 17 news update, delivered right to your mailbox Monday through Friday. Sign-up information is right on our website, nctv17.com.
This week's Naperville News 17 is brought to you in part by the following sponsors. This program is partially funded by a grant from the City of Naperville.